Hello, Mark Ward Larson here for the Dreamcatcher podcast. Thanks for joining us. Today, my guest is Ty LaBar. Welcome, Ty.
Thank you, Mark. It's great to be here.
Thanks for joining us on the podcast. So Ty, we haven't known each other too long. I mean, it was definitely at the Y, and I don't know. First time I remember talking to you was a couple years ago at that summer camp. I think you were.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but then I wasn't at the Y for a while. But so Ty, where are you from?
I'm from Hastings.
Okay.
Yep, I was born in Boulder, Colorado, and
Awesome.
shortly after I was born, family decided to move here to Hastings, and have been here since.
So Boulder to Hastings. What do you? I mean, you visit Boulder? Boulder is
No, I don't go to. I don't go to Boulder.
Boulder's unique.
But yeah, the reason why, we had some. My parents had connections and family here.
Oh, really?
So,
okay.
my grandparents were here, and my family wanted to move away from. We lived in Longmont, Colorado.
Oh, I know Longmont.
And that was booming, like with people, and it still is. But so my family wanted something that was more, I don't know, a smaller community to raise the family in. And so we got back to Hastings right after I was born, and so that's really all I've ever known.
Okay, no, and both Cheryl and I both started in Colorado. I was Denver, and she was Greeley.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So talk about that whole Front Range is going to be city pretty soon.
No kidding. They say it's becoming the next California. Colorado is.
I can believe it actually too.
Yeah.
So just we'll go out there. So Ty, when you came, how long you been back in Hastings?
Well, since how old was I? 9 months.
Okay, really?
So my whole life.
Basically all you know.
That's all I know. Yeah, I don't have any memories from Colorado.
Okay.
You know, I got some family that still live in Colorado, so I feel like Colorado is my second home, but it's a long second distance. Yeah.
So do you ski or snowboard or anything like that?
Nope, I'm pretty boring. So no, probably never will.
Snowboarding, they tell me you fall down a lot.
Yeah,
I have not done that. So Ty, what do you do in Hastings here?
Currently, I work at the Y. My title is Associate Executive Director, which sounds too fancy to just have a title next to your name. What I oversee is our membership and sports departments.
Okay.
At the Y, so two larger departments, and I get a joy to be involved in both. So,
awesome.
Yeah, and I've been doing that since I graduated college.
How long has that been?
2016. So we're coming up on 9 years since I graduated.
Time flies.
I know. So 9 years ago, when I graduated, I started right at the Y in a different role. So I've kind of rearranged a little bit, and here we are.
Yeah, and the Y has changed so much too.
That's
an awesome Y. I mean, I'm there a lot. He can attest to that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, Mark's.
You got this office city.
That's right. That's right. No. You know, when I first started, we had the two buildings, and I don't know how long you've been at the Y, but at the old Y, so our current Y, they used to have a popcorn machine that they had available to members all of the time.
Oh, really?
So when I first started there, I had to make special trips. I made special trips to the old Y just to get the popcorn because it was incredible.
Okay.
So but that's been a while. I mean, it's been a long time ago. Yeah, there's been a lot of changes.
No, it is. In fact, I had a guy the other day in the locker room. He was from Austin, and he said this was nicer than anything he had down there.
Really?
Yeah.
Austin, wow, and Austin's a pretty progressive town. I think that's where the university is.
He said there was like 1 million people in that.
Oh my goodness!
City, and he was up visiting his parents up here, and he was just like, "That's a compliment and a half."
That is a compliment. That means something.
But it is. I mean, it is. If you and I always promote you guys because I had people say, "Well, the Y is expensive," which is not, and I had somebody the other day ask if you had cots. It's like, I think you might need to update what you think with a Y.
That's right. That's right.
So
it's a little surprising to me how many people don't know what the Y is or who we are. Like, we ask that in all of our interviews for people who are going to work at the Y. What do you tell us about what you know about the Y?
Interesting.
And either people have no idea, depending on where they come from. Usually it's a bigger city.
Sure.
If they're from a bigger city, they don't know.
Right.
Or even too small, then they don't know either.
Okay.
And then also they don't know, like, it's just a common misconception, gym and swim is like what people know the Y as,
right,
because that's what they do. Well, but there's no meaning. They don't understand the meaning behind the Y.
No, exactly.
WHY, as in, know the Y, but also the, Y, the letter Y as in YMCA, of course. So it kind of gives a dual purpose there.
Yeah, I had somebody I talked to the other day. They had joined this Y because of what it stood for. YMCA stands. And it's like, has to be good if it's got Christian in the name. It's like, yeah. So, but no,
it's great. It's a great place to work at. I've really enjoyed it. I find a lot of meaning and impact in my work, and I don't know many other jobs that can. I mean, there are, but like this is special in some kind of way because you get to see how it impacts people. You're one example.
Yeah.
But every person that walks through the doors is impacted positively. Well, that's what our goal is, positively.
Right.
But you get to see the work that you do and how it impacts the lives of others. And so it's really satisfying to know that that's what you've done for other people.
And it has changed. I mean, you guys seem like a family to me. And it was, I think it's been like 4 years ago, maybe now, that I had some health problems. And the doctor suggested that I join the Y. Well, my idea of the Y was completely wrong. And, it's just like, one thing, it was a very forward-thinking doctor rather than giving me a pill. And that's when I started training with Caleb and stuff like that. And, it was nothing like what I thought, and I like the idea where you can, I think most Ys, you can go to other Ys with your membership.
You can.
Which is so cool.
Yeah.
So, but no, it's, if you haven't tried the Y out in your local area, check it out. And I don't know, are Ys international?
They are international, and I honestly don't know how connected we are to them. I have never tried.
Okay.
And it's never been brought up, so I don't know what kind of connection there is. It's just our governing body is just YUSA, YMCA of the USA.
Okay.
So beyond that, I honestly don't know.
I need to travel and find it.
That's right.
See if it works.
I think I need to find this out. So
I need to do the hands-on research.
Spain,
here.
it is.
It is. Went to Italy in 2023.
That's right.
Spain. Hey, I
have to go back.
Do you like to travel?
I do love to travel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you been to Europe then?
No, and something about going to a different country freaks me out. I don't think I'm scared about it, but
I can understand that.
I've heard too many horror stories, and maybe that's more those areas where I've heard horror stories from. I'm sure places in Europe would be a lot more safe.
Well, in Italy, they talked about, we had to worry about the pickpockets, which we never did see any of that. And actually, it was so different than I thought it was going to be, because I had this idea and I was ready to speak Italian with my phone and stuff. And there was only one person that didn't speak Italian, or speak English, I mean.
Oh, okay.
They all spoke, it was everybody. And didn't need to do the euro because everybody's at credit cards. And it was just like, and everybody's really chill there because at 5:30 they all sit down for meals with their family.
That's so great.
It is.
That's so great.
There's so many things that we could learn from that culture over it. It kind of reminded me of the United States decades ago when we weren't quite so wound up.
Decades ago.
Because we are so wound up now. It's just like these people, they're always in a hurry.
That's right.
And society kind of guides you towards that, but this is your life, and that's why I started this podcast, because one thing, Cheryl had cancer and it brought it all to the forefront. That's all you have is now. But it's just like, this is your life. Don't rushing through it. You're going to rush to the end,
Sure.
And
you don't. If your goal is to chase the dollar or just the satisfaction of self, it's a never ending spiral. So sometimes you gotta. Yeah, there's something about that culture that.
Yeah, we could learn a lot from them. And then their food is so much better, because I have so much problem with all the stuff in the food here. And there was like 18 of us that went over to Italy, and we all immediately could tell the food was better tasting by a long ways. And some of the people had health
because
problems.
of real ingredients.
It was. They don't allow a lot of the ingredients that we get in this
That's
country.
Crazy.
And in fact, the one gal, can't remember what it was, but almost immediately she started clearing up.
No way.
Yeah, and it's just like, so.
Yeah, that'd be really great. Italy would be fun.
It is, and I mean, it was much better. I didn't want to come home.
Yeah, maybe one day I'll make my way down there. We'll see.
Yeah.
So I do love to travel around the United States though, and visit different cultures.
So do you have a dream place you want to go?
Oh man, I mean, Italy would be up there. Had some family that have gone to Ireland Scotland.
That too.
They've really enjoyed that. Honestly, I don't know if I would go wrong. I really love history, though.
Yeah.
So seeing historical things like in Italy, I feel like that give me the biggest experience.
Yeah, it's a lot of history.
So yeah, but maybe it's one day. Maybe I'll chase my dream and get there one day.
So you travel much around the United States?
I mean,
probably not, because you have 2 young kids now.
2 young kids,
so that makes it a little more difficult.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I travel. We like to travel when we can. I don't know. I mean, some people are traveling every week.
Yeah.
We definitely don't do that. I mean,
I wouldn't want to do that either. Not that often.
Just strictly for pleasure. I mean, it might be once a year.
Yeah.
Once or twice.
I could do that.
Yeah.
Really a big trip. So.
Yeah, and I do try to, if I'm traveling for work, try to take an extra day to.
Oh, get some time where you can see the area.
That's right.
So do you have to travel quite a bit for work?
Not quite a bit. I mean, between that and even some roles that I have with my church, my local church, I'm going to do some traveling here and there. So yeah, this year I might get out 4 times.
Okay.
Travel 4 different times between those 2, and there might be a vacation after that. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah,
sounds good. I know the next one. Actually, this kid, and Jack, if you're watching, I'm talking about you. But his family wanted him to get. He was from Canada. His family wanted him to get the best opportunity with soccer because he loves soccer.
Oh yeah.
And he's 15, going on 40. But he's in Lisbon, Portugal, and he's got it all lined up for us to go there this spring. So, and knowing Jack, he will do that. That's crazy. Been one thing with the nice. I mean, my dream is to do all these podcasts in person wherever I'm at in the world. So
that'd be amazing.
In fact, I'm doing a podcast here tomorrow at Blue Moon, and she's leaving in a couple weeks for New Zealand for 2 months.
No way.
It's like, yeah, I guess if I was going to go that far, I'd want to have it that long. But it's just like, how do you do that?
Yeah.
So
keep going. You maybe opportunity will be there.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
So this is Dream Catcher podcast. I always ask, what were your dreams growing up?
Oh man, sports are a big part of my growing up and just my passions. I guess I guess I'd say what I wanted to be when I grew up was a professional athlete.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, in some capacity in the professional sports realm.
Any particular sport?
Probably basketball.
Basketball.
NBA,
okay.
NBA player. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
And I'm not an NBA player. Obviously, I didn't even play in college, so I don't have skills. It's just enjoyable to play.
Well, and that's worth
as a kid, that was the dream. So yeah. So
you wouldn't want to coach a professional team or anything like that?
I don't know if I could coach, but that that translates to how I got there's a reason why I went to school for sports management, which is what I went. That's what I went to Hastings College for. Graduated from sports management degree.
Okay. And
it's because I just really love sports, and that's why I really love my job now because I oversee a sports department.
Right.
So because I see the benefit that sports have in people's lives and in a community. There are things like sports that bring people together, that teach them the things that sports do. Brings out the competitive nature, So that's why I went into sports when I chose my majors, because I just had a passion for it since a young age.
Okay.
So it would be cool to be like an agent for a professional sports team or athlete, and it'd be kind of fun to do one day. And maybe with NIL, it could be more college and transition to the pros eventually. But
there you go. There's the path.
Maybe one day. Yeah,
I don't want to show its way.
I don't want to say that too loud because I know that people are going to try to do it. So no.
Put it out there to the world.
Yeah.
You never know how God will put it into your path.
That's right.
So asking you shall receive.
That's right.
So we talked about your church the other day. How have you been part of that church for a long time, or is that new?
Yeah, I have been part of that church for 16, 17 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, yeah, for a long time. And before that, we kind of hopped around a little bit around our community, and we were part of a church here in town, and they had gone through a transition of a pastor and staff. And anyway, so this has been my home for 16, 17 years.
That's cool. So, so dreams. Some people, because that's another reason why people say don't have time, don't have the skills. How would you tell somebody, like 15-year-old comes to you and is kind of down, and so how would you get him directed towards what his passion is?
Oh man, you probably have to evaluate what makes you happiest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, start thinking about, what do I really love to do the most?
Yeah.
Or a top list of
Right.
something. Prioritize, what do I really love to do and enjoy to do with my time? And
Okay.
even if they're hobbies, like sports was a hobby for me
Okay.
growing up, and something that I just found a lot of enjoyment. But then I realized that, no, there are jobs in sports
Yep.
that are possible.
Exactly.
And so and honestly, I didn't know what I wanted to major in when I transferred to Hastings College. So I went to CCC first.
So did you? Okay.
Did my generals, got those out of the way in 2 years. Then I transferred. Well, then at that point, I had to choose a major as to what I was going to go into.
Sure.
And because I had a lawn business here in Hastings at the time, I lived at home.
Okay.
I was committed to going to Hastings College.
Sure.
So I was limited in what Hastings College provided as a degree.
Right.
And frankly, I was going through the list and just picked one, and luckily, sports management was on the list.
Awesome.
I'm like, oh, I love sports.
Yeah,
so
that's
it.
it.
That's right.
Yeah.
He was just
That's the
random.
one.
That's the one. So, and I didn't really think about what are my opportunities in Hastings, or where could I see myself. I was just like, no, that's what I want to do. And then opportunities. And so I've been really blessed and fortunate to be where I'm at today, to start at the Y right after school.
Yeah.
To get an internship at the Y and some other experiences that I had that led me to this. And so, because in Hastings, there's 3 sports related jobs just in Hastings.
Okay.
1 at the Y and 2 at the city.
Oh, really? Okay.
And so I wasn't thinking at the time. I'm 20 years old, not thinking.
Well, that's kind of that age.
Yeah. So I wish I would have thought through some of that a little bit more. And
so what does the city have? What are those 2 positions?
They have a Parks and Rec superintendent.
Okay.
And then they have a coordinator position right under that. So
cool.
2 people. They manage like the softball complex and some events and the water park or the aqua court.
Oh yeah,
here
that
in
would
town.
be.
And so yeah, that's what they do mostly. Basketball league they got in the wintertime.
So how many sports do you play?
Oh, well, right now, basketball and pickleball.
You play pickleball?
I haven't played pickleball in a while.
Okay.
It's been maybe 6-8 months
so
since I played.
How did you learn? Because I've had so many people like, you need to play pickleball. How did you learn to play pickleball?
Just with friends who had an interest in it, and they learned the basic rules, and so then I played more often, and then I played with people who knew how to play. So they're helping teach me how to play some of the rules. And went home and I watched videos, and you can do this and do that, and here's how you can be successful. And it's just
it's like tennis.
Yeah, in some ways it's like tennis. It's people say it's like the perfect combo between tennis and like table tennis.
Oh, really? Okay, that's interesting.
Ping pong.
Okay.
And so, because you're not moving like tennis.
Okay.
So it'd be more like stationary movement, like ping pong. But you are moving like tennis, and there is a net, and you do have a ball, and you have a paddle. So it's real similar.
Okay.
So
awesome. Because I mean, it's definitely a hot thing. I mean, everybody's like, "Oh, do you play pickleball?" It's like, no, but it seems like everybody else does.
Yeah, now I feel like I feel left out if I say no.
Yeah, it's just like, you can teach me. I have no idea.
The participation rates have shown that there's more participation in pickleball than there are like people that run or bike.
Really?
And I mean,
that's interesting.
I mean, that's a lot of people. I mean,
it is.
So the participation rates are booming in pickleball.
Wow. And I can believe that, definitely.
It's just crazy. So yeah, I enjoy pickleball. Don't play it a whole lot, and honestly, I officiate basketball.
Oh, do you? Okay.
So that's gets my fix with
being able to
basketball.
Right.
Like I'm in the game. I'm engaged in the game. It's real. I'm not playing, of course, but you're as connected to the game as
that'd be pretty. About as connected as you can be without actually playing.
That's
ball,
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So no. So do you play baseball or any of those, or football?
When I was younger, I played baseball.
Okay.
So that was a passion of mine, and just got too old and lost interest as I got older. And
too old?
Yeah, no. There aren't adult outside of like professional. There's not like leagues for my age to be able to play. But yeah, it got to that point and it just wasn't as interesting anymore. But yeah, baseball was fun when I was younger, and I played softball when I was younger as an adult. So that was fun too.
Okay. So what does 5 years look like? Where would you like to be in 5 years?
5 years from now in the future? Well, still in Hastings.
Awesome.
Hastings is my home, and Lord willing will be our forever home.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to be still at the Y, and in whatever capacity that is, I'd still like to be making an impact through the Y. So,
did you ever want to run a Y?
Yeah, that would be a dream of mine too.
Okay.
To be a CEO someday, and just when the opportunity presents itself, I would want a shot. And yeah, I love the meaning of the Y, the mission of the Y, the work that we do. I mean, similar things that I've already said, but so that's why I want to stay at the Y. Because of those reasons.
No, I mean, so where's YU United States headquarters?
Oh, it's in Chicago.
Oh, it's in Chicago, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, so do you ever teach any classes? Like, no Tai Chi or anything like that?
No. Nobody would want to see me teach. I'd probably just, I just don't have the moves for that and flexibility. So no, I don't teach.
I went over for you guys to do the water Tai Chi over in Kearney because you guys were thinking about getting those fancy boards.
Oh yeah.
And let me tell you, that is one of the hardest things I've ever done, is water Tai Chi. Oh my
Seriously?
God. Oh.
I've never seen that. But...
Yeah, it was, you hook it to the lanes, in there, and then you get up on the board, those hard boards, and do Tai Chi for an hour. And I was about dead after 5 minutes. And I fell off twice. I cut my chest one time, and it was just like, this is really good exercise.
No way.
But no, I admire that anybody can teach that kind of stuff.
Sure.
So, okay. What are some other things goals that you would like to accomplish that you haven't accomplished so far?
Oh man. Because of my involvement with the church, I feel like I'm being called to be a elder or a pastor in our denomination.
Okay.
So currently I'm in our denomination's ordination. Ordination. It's like a process of becoming an elder. So they have like qualifications that you have to meet and tests you have to pass. And
I don't think I've ever heard
it's called ordination, where you're working through a process to become ordained.
Okay.
Like where the denomination classifies you as an official pastor or elder that they have verified as, yes, you are a pastor or you are an elder within our. So I don't know, like if I want to pastor full time, but as a lay pastor, lay elder which would mean like part time. I have a full time job outside of that. So that's something that I feel like I'm being called to do, and in the near future, Lord willing, I'll be an ordained elder or pastor within our denomination.
Awesome.
Sovereign Grace is the denomination.
Okay. So what kind of?
It's Sovereign Grace is the denomination.
Okay.
Yeah, Sovereign Grace churches.
Okay. Yep. So they're around the United States? Or?
Yeah, worldwide.
Really?
Worldwide. Yeah, denomination. I don't know how many there are churches worldwide, but if I had to guess, I think it's around 300.
Wow.
300 churches worldwide. Yeah. So it's really grown. The Lord's really blessed it.
Awesome.
So that's something I want to do is, it's kind of weird. Like I don't pridefully want to do that out of like selfish motives, but like, I feel like I'm being called to do it.
Right. I hear you on that.
And so I'm just responding to the call.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I want to do that. And, I because I had the lawn business,
So you had a lawn business though.
Yeah. Okay. For me and my family had it for 16, 17 years.
Long time then too.
Yeah. This was actually 2024 was the first summer I didn't have the lawn business. And so,
really? Wow.
Yeah. Otherwise that's all I had known since I was 13, 14 years old.
Wow.
And so, yeah. So because I had that experience, I still kind of have that entrepreneurial like mind and heart.
Right,
so
right.
It'd be fun to like me and my wife tease owning like a New York style pizza shop with
that sounds awesome.
We're in a coffee shop now, but to somehow combine it with a coffee with the coffee because I'm just a big coffee snob. And
I did hear that.
Yes. Oh, you heard that
from Chris.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Coworker. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's funny. Yes, I am a coffee snob, and I'm
she
proud
said
of
we
it.
were going to the wrong place.
Oh no, it's great. This is a great environment, and it's just it's great to be here. So yeah, that'd be fun to do someday. Homemade pizza.
That sounds really good.
Around here, we don't have anything that comes close to like a New York thin crust New York style.
Pretty
pizza.
sure, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so, because I do a lot of reviewing of. This is where I've become a coffee snob. It's similar to like food.
Okay.
If I'm going out of town, I am going to look at all the reviews and see where the best place is to go.
I'm with you.
For coffee, for food, for dessert, for a hotel, any type of an experience.
I agree.
I'm looking at all the reviews. So
awesome.
I'm looking at the top of the top. And so in that investigating, I've gotten hooked on pizza. And so I've had real authentic pizza, and I'm like, oh man, nothing around here compares.
That is for sure.
We are missing out. And so I think that might be an opportunity.
I think so too. So
all we know in Hastings is real thick, doughy, flooded with toppings, lots of cheese, and not that they're bad. I mean, I would enjoy a pizza like that, but it's not the same.
Yeah, and there's so many other types. Italy was different, definitely different on their pizzas, but Chicago and New York, and I mean, all, And I like the fact that you check because it's like this experience that you're going to do the best.
That's right. That's right.
So, so how long you been a coffee snob?
Oh,
and how'd you get there?
I don't know. I don't know how I got here. Probably maybe 6 years. I've really cared about the coffee. I think the more that I drank it. Drunk it. The more that I drunk it. What's the right term? I don't know.
I think drank, but I'm not sure on that.
I didn't go to school for English. However it was, the more that I had it, the more I could taste the differences in different places and how it was roasted and how certain coffee shops did it differently. And so then I started to just acquire more of a taste for it. And then I could see, I like this and I don't like that.
Right.
And I've learned like what drinks are and ones that I like. And so through that, I can, I don't know, just narrowed it down. And
I hear you.
Here we are.
Because I mean, there's coffees I don't like. And it's just like some of this, like, especially in this area, it's like, how can you think this coffee's good?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, so.
Yeah, I like coffee for the coffee taste. And a lot of the coffee shops, the bigger brands that anybody could think of are more known for like not coffee things.
Yeah.
Like I want to go to a coffee shop for their coffee. Not because they've got not because they got food, not because they got sweet drinks. And that's what a lot of people I think associate with the coffee shop is like these sweet lattes that's got all kinds of sugar.
You can't even taste it as coffee.
That's right. So, and that's what I've come to appreciate. It's just like the real authentic taste of the coffee.
Yeah.
And
you like espresso?
I do love espresso. There are times I'll get 4 shots of straight espresso.
Well, how many?
4.
Whoa!
With 4 ounces of half and half. So it'll equal
I can see that.
Equal parts. Good. But you can imagine 4 shots.
So you'll wait for days?
No, but it does keep my eyelids open for an hour or 2.
I think one. I can't even imagine.
So I really love espresso. You're right. Yeah.
So do you make your own espresso at home?
I do have an espresso machine. It's a lot of work, so I don't make it a lot. But I do have a coffee maker that can make a cup up to a whole pot and anywhere in between. And so it suffices.
No, and it is like you were saying. I mean, people in this. I mean, I don't want to knock this area because I love this area, but we are so sheltered. It's just. Even going to Chicago is not that much different than here. New York would be definitely different than here.
Sure,
but it's just like there's so many things out there in this, in the world that people just. It's like the world's waiting for you to come explore it.
That's right.
And
it's really fun to do.
The best education, is travel. So, and like we going to the nicest places. I was
in Chicago a couple weeks ago. Ironically, that you bring that up, and I probably tried I stayed in downtown, and I was there for a day and a half.
I love downtown Chicago.
And I think I had 5 different coffee places, and some of them were great.
Yeah.
I also had the top rated pizza.
Okay.
In Chicago.
Did you like it?
It was good, but
okay.
I'm not a deep dish fan. Yep, and that's what Chicago's known for. So I'm gonna stick with the New York style.
Yeah.
Big slice.
Yep.
No flop. Good undercarriage, as Dave Portnoy would say.
Yeah.
So.
Oh no, that is good. And they're pizza.
Yeah.
I could almost live on pizza.
I think I could do that. Yeah.
So you were downtown a few years ago. My wife and I stayed at the Palmer House downtown Chicago. You ever been in the Palmer House?
No.
Oh,
is that a hotel?
It is. It's an old one. It was opened in the 30s. It's like when you come in, it is like an art gallery. It is amazing. It's just.
I stayed at the Royal Sonesta.
Okay.
And this was I don't even know where downtown. It was like right next to the river.
Okay.
So, or the little river that runs through
Chicago River,
whatever it is.
Yep.
And this was a really historical. I don't know when it was built, but really old. It was like its own hotel. It wasn't a chain. It had its own unique features, and it was really neat. Royal Sonesta. So you felt like you were in a.
I would love that kind of place. No,
it was really neat.
It is. I would do that anytime over going to any run-of-the-mill chain restaurants.
Sure.
By a long way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're not going to catch me going to McDonald's in Chicago.
Me either. Or anywhere else, actually.
That's right.
So, no, we were down there because it was actually a really nice December. My birthday's in December, and we walked around downtown Chicago.
It was great. I hear so many bad things about Chicago.
So but I wasn't afraid, I wasn't fearful, or I should say, anytime.
It was really clean and felt really safe. And I'm sure there are parts of Chicago that you should go.
Did you go to the Bean?
No.
Didn't go to the Bean?
No,
okay.
I was just in downtown. That's where I didn't have a car. Right?
Okay. No Ubers or Lyfts or anything like that?
I could have, but I wasn't going to take.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't even get to go see Wrigley Field, but
really,
next time.
Yeah.
Next time I'm there, I got to go back in June. So
Chicago doesn't take that long, you can very quickly. So I really liked it when Carney flew out of Chicago directly.
Ooh, yeah.
It was always nice. But
yeah.
No. So much like New York, what are some other favorite cities of yours?
New York's very strange. It's very it's very unique, very busy, lots of cool things to see, but honestly, it's not a great city that I love. Like you never feel safe.
I'm with you.
Like, sorry, there's too many people, and I'm a people person. I'm an extrovert.
Yeah.
And so for me to see that there's too many is unique. Boston's very different.
Okay, I've never been to Boston.
I really like Boston. I didn't get to explore a lot of the city, but it's very old architect.
Oh, really? Okay.
That was made new and preserved. So lots of brick, lots of very unique architecture. I really love that, and of course the history in Boston. Boston Massacre and the Tea Party,
exactly.
And, Paul Revere and those type of things. So that was really neat.
Would love that.
I really love Florida.
Me too.
I don't like Florida in the summertime.
I wouldn't either. I've never been there, but I'm sure I would not. I like it.
Yeah.
I would like it right now.
Me and my wife spent our honeymoon there, and that was at the 1st of July.
Oh.
And
really,
peak.
really humid.
It was horrible. It's just disgusting.
Yeah.
And so, going around this time, I've been there multiple times. Orlando's our favorite place to go. That's where Disney World is. And, now that we have 2 girls, it's really special getting to go with them.
Yeah.
So
have you been with them already?
We went with my older one.
Okay.
The younger one was just born, so we haven't gone there yet, but we're making plans.
Awesome.
And they're free at Disney World until they're 3.
Really?
So we went.
That's good.
When my oldest was 2.5.
Okay.
And so where she was old enough where she could walk and she could
kind of take
aware of. That's right. And I don't know if you asked her today what she remembers. There's probably not a lot, to be honest. So, but it was great experience, and I can't wait to go back because now that she wears a princess dress every day, so awesome. Now she knows who they are. So, yeah, I can't wait. The beaches that are close, those are just
love the beaches.
Beaches are great. Yep.
No, I'm a frustrated beach bum. In the wrong place.
That's funny. That's right. That's right. Outside of that, I've been to LA, did not care for LA. Too busy, too trashy, like no desire to go back. I did go to San Diego, and that was nice.
I love San Diego.
San Diego was great, beautiful.
Yep.
And
they got nice beaches.
Yep.
Crystal Pier and everything there.
Yep. So. Coronado Island.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Talk about it. Did you stay out there?
No, but we were close.
Yeah, that was like, I told Cheryl, I was like, I'm staying here sometime.
Yeah.
That is amazing place out
I think
there.
they've got some like not palaces, but like huge hotel resorts where like they have weddings there like all the time.
Yeah, I can believe that too.
I can too.
No, that is no, I like San Diego a lot.
Yeah.
But no, I'm definitely not LA person.
No.
I didn't want to fly into the airport there. So.
No, that's right. Yeah, so Chicago this one time, St. Louis, Denver, Kansas City. I like Kansas City.
I do too.
Very similar to like our Midwest.
I like the plaza downtown and right there, especially at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Cool. So.
Yep. DC is really cool. Lots of history, obviously.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. I act like I've been everywhere. I really haven't.
That's quite a few places,
but
so that's good.
It's fun. It's fun discovering new things, trying the culture. So
have you ever done a cruise?
I haven't, and something about being on the water makes me uneasy.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you swim?
I do swim.
Okay,
I do swim.
I can't believe you don't swim.
Yeah, I do swim, but I think just I don't know, the Titanic just plays over in my mind all the time, even if we could be in the Caribbean.
Yeah, I hear you. I've had people tell me I should do a cruise.
I have people say that they're incredible.
It's just like, I don't know. I'd rather be on a beach.
I'd be on the beach. Yeah.
So, but have you been to Key West then?
I haven't.
Key West is pretty awesome.
No, I've heard, that's pretty neat to go to. So maybe I'll try that.
You're so close to Cuba there too.
That's right.
I mean, that is, that's kind of like spring break all the time down there.
Yeah.
Very, very much.
I didn't realize, Key West is down there, and I didn't associate key lime pie with that. Like, that's where it came from.
Yep.
And I didn't realize that. So I was in where were we at? Daytona.
Oh, yeah.
We went to Daytona Beach.
Okay.
And they had said that they're world famous for their key lime pie. I'm like, okay, well, I got to try that because it's world famous.
Yep.
And come to find out, Florida's actually known for their key lime pie. I'm like, oh, where have I been? And so,
I really didn't associate that either. If you go to Key West, you're going to have it everywhere.
Sure.
It's going to be.
It was great. It was fantastic.
It is. It's one of my favorites.
And anytime you go to a culture like that and experience a good pie like that, or even like pizza, all you want to do is eat it when you're here.
Yeah.
Well, we're so far removed.
We are, and it's just more like Italy because there they have lots of big mozzarella. It's definitely different pizza in Italy by long ways.
Well, we might have to just take a trip to Italy.
You do
figure out how we can make that pizza.
I think I told you maybe the other day. The prices actually after we got there were really pretty reasonable, and they weren't much worse than here.
The expenses in Italy, like your food,
very reasonable.
Really.
Actually, the train, because we only made the mistake of taking the taxi one time. We got on the trains, and the trains were €3.70. So, and at that time, it was very close to being 1-to-1 with the dollar.
Okay.
So the trains were really clean.
Safe?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They were very good. Had accordion players on almost every one of them.
No way.
Yes.
All right. Well, sign me up. I'm going to Italy.
And if you wanted them to go away, you had to have you had to have a euro coin there, €2 coin there. They would go away. Otherwise, they'd be right here with the accordion music.
Oh, I've heard that. I've heard that they are very pushy.
They're everywhere. Where you're eating. They are everywhere.
Okay.
And they're usually pretty good, but it's like, I'm tired of this.
That's not, yeah. Just give me some privacy, please. Yeah.
But no, if you go down to Naples, and Naples is just a big city. That's 3 million people, but you can get outside of Naples and Amalfi, and get on the Mediterranean. It's just so many things.
That might be the place to be next time.
Yeah, we flew out of Denver to Munich, and Munich to Naples, and Lufthansa was good. So,
okay, guess that's what we're doing next.
I'll tell your wife.
Okay, yeah, you do that. You do that. That's
She'll say, "Would you go for that?"
I don't know. She's probably a little more reserved than I am about flying overseas.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it was just actually.
Well, and all the things with the planes that have been going on lately, it's like,
it makes you a little leery. It's like, gosh. No, and when you're in the flight, because the flight from Denver to Munich was over 10 hours.
Oh yeah, and nothing about that.
Yeah, so it's
like,
just.
I would be miserable. Like, I've got longer legs. So
I will never not be in. We were in economy, and they did a really good job taking care of us, Lufthansa. But it was just like I couldn't really walk for a day because I was in so much pain.
Yep.
So,
go to Italy and spend the next 3 days trying to recover from the airplane ride
and the jet lag.
So,
wasn't so bad that way. It was coming back was terrible, but and that was one thing. I see going to Europe now. You have to get that ETA thing now starting tomorrow, I think. And but they were so casual in Germany and Italy about your passport.
Really?
It's just like, so when you coming back, you're good. It was just then they stamp it. It was just like coming back in the United States was a whole different thing. So,
Sure.
Because they interviewed every one of us.
No
Took
way.
over 2 hours to get back to the United States.
When was this?
A couple years ago.
Okay. Huh.
2023.
Okay.
So.
Wow. Yeah. Just really recent.
Yeah. So yeah, you got in there and they had numerous international flights land, and we were back maybe half a mile. And I mean, it was a long, long ways. We were over a bridge with the gal who was trying to keep us going.
Oh my goodness.
And it's like, we're never getting back in the United States.
Yeah. So, yeah. Even if I got a license and passport to prove it.
No, I mean, I would hate to interview everybody. So,
sure.
But on this, so Ty, anything else you would like to share with the audience before we end the podcast?
I'm pretty boring.
No. Do you like to write? I got to ask you that too.
To write? I don't like to write.
I'm with you.
I will. I mean, if I'm going to be a pastor and elder someday, I'm going to have to.
So do you journal or do you do that?
I do journal once in a while.
Okay.
Yeah. But not a ton. I'm not natural. It's not natural.
It isn't for me either.
To me, yeah.
It's torture, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. I do love to stay busy
How about read? Do you like to read?
No. I don't.
Really?
I don't love to read. That's
okay.
Yeah, because I love to learn.
Me too.
But I can't keep, like, I have a little, is it ADHD? I can't sit and just read word after word in a book.
Yeah.
I can listen and to a podcast or audiobooks, and I really enjoy those. But it's really hard for me to just sit down and read.
It is me too, because my mind's like going someplace else, and it's just like, this is frustrating.
That's right. So,
but no, that's why audiobooks is what I usually do. So
yeah, I think just as we try to wrap up, I think what I might just encourage anybody listening to this is just to identify what you really love to do, and I'm sure you've said the same thing. Really enjoy to do, and make ways to do it.
Yes.
There's no point in going to school for something that you don't want to do or can't see yourself doing.
Exactly.
You want to do something, go out and get it. That's the American dream, right?
It is
land of opportunity. So
yeah,
you want to have your own business and have your own podcast, your own lawn business, your own pizza shop.
Exactly.
You have opportunities in America that you just don't have.
You do,
and we take that for granted because that's
very much.
That's all I've ever known.
Yep, me too.
But I think now that I'm older, I can see, like, I could do anything that I want to do.
You can.
And there's really nothing holding you back. So
mostly it's yourself.
Most of yourself.
Yeah, because people are like, it's like, I thought on a podcast, who would want to listen to me? And like somebody said, the people that are going to listen to you are waiting for you.
Right.
And that applies to whatever business, or whatever the calling is. There's people out there waiting for you. And don't go out and catch those dreams.
That's right.
And just do. And forget the money and all that stuff. Yeah, you have to do that. But there's always going to be something. Life happens.
That's right.
There's always. Like my wife's cancer. And it's just like, you find the money for that. You find the money for that. Whatever your dream is. So on that, thank you, Ty, for joining us on the Dreamcatcher podcast.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. So, keeping in touch with you and seeing how this is all going, and maybe we'll do a podcast later on
when I'm in Italy.
Hey. Okay, I'll meet you.
We'll do this next podcast in Italy together.
I agree.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I'll show you all the places. We'll go to the Queen's Bath. I'll tell you all the places that.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so that sounds like a plan. I'll go for that. So anyway, thank you for joining us on this episode of the Dreamcatcher podcast. Everybody take care. Talk to you later.